Hello mtmfam, welcome to the vlog today. I feel like we look like newscasters in today's vlog.
Very formal.
Very formal. We're at the table, but we are not newscasters. So it is the month of October, as most of you probably know. But for us, October kind of brings up a lot of hard memories. In October 2 years ago, Jensen choked on cheese, and no, that was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, he choked on cheese.
3 years ago today.
Today, actually, yes. And 4 years ago, he had RSV and had his airway collapse. So it's just a time that our family went through hard times, and it's a time of year that we think about it more, but it's also a time of year that we think about the things that made a difference in keeping him here. And there was several of those things, but it's CPR, the Heimlich maneuver, and just contacting 911 efficiently. All of those things have played a vital role in our lives this time of year. And so because of that, we like to review this with our families. We've done videos on this before, but we also want to make sure that we're sharing the information with other people because we truly believe that it will save people's lives. It saved our child's life multiple times. We want to make sure that other kids are safe too. So we're going to review it tonight with our family. Like I said, we're going to review the Heimlich, CPR, and how to contact 911. We're going to do it all together so that our kids are familiar with it. We encourage you guys to do the same thing. Whether it is known that siblings save siblings. If your child is not the one performing the CPR or the Heimlich maneuver, you want them to know what's going on so they're not scared because it can be traumatic. And I just think it's really important to do it all together as a family. Javni, what do you think?
Amen to all that.
All right, so it's gonna get wild in here. The kids are gonna be in here.
It always, with 5 kids, it always gets a little hectic.
But let's do it. You ready?
We're gonna bring them in right now.
Are we ready?
I'm ready for that.
Here we go. The gang's all here. Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
Yeah, especially Jay. What we're gonna be using to go over the CPR today is this infant CPR kit from the American Heart Association. You can actually buy these right on their website. It comes with these inflatable dolls.
What happened to him, the reason why he's choking, is he choked on a
piece of popcorn. Okay. This kit comes with a really good video that goes over it in detail, better instructions than us. This is not like CPR certification. This is just a brief overview.
Awareness.
Yes, awareness, that's right. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna talk about is CPR. So that's what you would do if the person that you were working on is unconscious, right? So we're gonna work on our little baby, but it works the same for an infant up to an adult. So
and he looks like a real baby.
He does look like a real baby. So even though some of the things are slightly different, it's pretty much the same. So you wanna have a flat surface. One of the-
He is real.
Oh yeah, the real baby. One of the first times we did CPR, we laid Jensen actually on the couch because we weren't thinking and because it makes the baby easier for you to get to. So that was a mistake that we learned. So you wanna have them on a hard flat surface like the ground or this table. So you lay them down, you wanna make sure that their head's tipped back like this. And then you're gonna do their chest compressions. For a baby, you do 2 fingers. If it was a little bit older child, like a toddler, like Jensen, you could do 1 hand. And if they're a bigger person, you would do 2 hands like this. And you wanna do 30 compressions, and you wanna press 1/3 of the depth of their chest. So it's further than you think, and it is actually hard. With these, if you're practicing on a baby like this, it will actually, it makes like a little, it used to make a clicking sound, but let's see.
There it is.
Yeah, you can see when you press hard enough, it does a clicking sound, and it is pretty hard that you have to push. So they say, oh, okay, you wanna try it? So, okay, hold on, you all can try in just 1 second. Oh, yeah.
Not even strong enough.
So you'll do 30 chest compressions, and you just put your fingers right in the middle of their chest, and then you do 2 rescue breaths. When you do the rescue breaths, like I said, you wanna make sure that the head is tipped back. With an infant, you wanna cover their nose and mouth with your mouth, but otherwise you would just plug the nose and cover the mouth for older kids and adults. And you just want to make sure that you don't wanna blow your whole, like, if I was doing rescue breaths on an infant, I wouldn't want to do my full breath, right? Because my lungs are bigger than the baby's lungs. So you have to think about how much air, you just watch their chest rise. You don't want to do a full big breath if you're a lot bigger than the person. But anyway, you want to do 30 chest compressions. They say the speed for the chest compressions is the song Staying Alive. Do you guys know the song?
Staying alive, staying alive.
It actually is pretty quick. And then you do the rescue breaths. All right, do you want to try the chest compression?
Yeah.
Here you go. Get your little hand up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You gotta do 30. Can you do it? Okay, let's let Bobo have a try. Just a few facts about CPR that I want to share. That immediate CPR. Do you guys know what immediate means?
Quickly do it.
Yes. Quick CPR can double to triple someone's chances of survival rate. So if you guys can offer CPR to someone who is unconscious, you literally are doubling to tripling their chance to survive, which is insane. So which is another reason why it's so important that we all learn how to do this. Jay is taking it very seriously too. 70% of people don't feel confident giving someone CPR. So considering the fact that it is so important and it can actually double someone's survival rate, but 70% of us don't feel like we could do it, administer it, makes me realize how important it is for us to practice CPR. So that's a reminder, practice with your families. That's what we're doing tonight. Okay, so we're done with CPR. You guys done with CPR training?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. There are more details to it, like checking to make sure if their airway is clear, calling 911, stuff like that, but we're not reviewing all that. If you want to do that, I would head to the American Heart Association, the Red Cross, or the Red Cross website, and they'll give you all the specific details. Okay, but now we're gonna talk about the Heimlich.
Yes.
So what would you do the Heimlich for?
To burp out the food.
If someone was choking, that's right.
I recognize that from JJ. You like hit them on their backs.
Yep.
That's what you were doing.
Yep. Dad's having some flashbacks right now. Okay, so the first thing with the Heimlich maneuver is you have to make sure that someone is choking. So if somebody can't breathe, they can't talk, or they look scared, they look like they're panicking, then that probably means they are choking and they need the Heimlich. But if you were choking, do you guys know a signal to tell someone that you're choking? What is it? Oh, thanks for raising your hand.
Good job.
Yeah, you put your hands up. Put both of your hands up to your neck so that people can know that you're choking, so that you can get help as fast as you can. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys on Jensen. Obviously, he's littler, that's a hard word, but it would work the same on anybody that's bigger than him. We'll show you on a baby after. So you find where their ribs come together, and you put this part of your fist right there, and then you grab your other fist with your hand, and you basically do an upward motion, right? Like this. Until it comes out. You keep repeating this until it comes out, or you have someone call 911 and you continue until someone gets there that can help you. But so that's all you have to do for that one. And if you had a baby that was choking, you would hold their neck, their little head in between your hands, and you flip them forward, and you do 5 back slaps, and then put them up, check on them, make sure if there's anything in their mouth. If they're still not breathing, do it again. So you just kind of repeat that. But this works really well for kids that are choking. So you shouldn't have to do it a lot of times. Okay, does anybody want to try it? Why don't you guys try to find where you should put your hands for the Heimlich on each other. So here, relax a little because you're not really gonna do it. And then she would just squeeze upwards. Yep, just like that. But not just straight up, it's kind of like backing up.
Backing up.
Okay, Cozy, why don't you try it on Emmy now? Okay, so then make one hand into a fist.
You need to do that.
Make one hand into a fist like this, and grab that one on the other side and go up. There you go. There you go. Don't do it hard.
Ow.
And put it up against her belly, and then wrap this hand over that hand, and then you squeeze kind of like up and back. You got it?
Okay, switch.
He's going a bit hard.
Okay, so let me show him. Okay,
It's right there, right?
Yep, and then there you go. Now, you can just pretend. Yep.
But in real life, you do it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, you've got to get that, the air in their lungs is pushing the obstruction out.
Okay, good job, guys. Okay, so if someone is not choking completely, like they can breathe a little bit, they can maybe make a little bit of sound, the best thing for you to do is keep them calm, because you'd only do the Heimlich when someone has a total blockage. So if someone can cough a little bit, you just got to keep them calm. Maybe they can have a little drink of water, they can lift their arms above their heads, but you don't actually do the Heimlich unless they are full and have a total blockage and are completely choking. Okay, guys, you ready for the next thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm talking so much. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to call 911.
That may seem like a very simple thing, right? How to call 911.
You just said it.
Yes.
Like on this movie, they said, how do you call 911? And he said, I don't know. And they just said the number.
I know.
How do you call?
So obviously if you're dialing the number on a phone, you just dial 911. But the thing is now we live in a time like when Derek and I were growing up, you had your phone on the wall in your house. So if there was an emergency, you always knew where to go to get the phone, right? But now that we have cell phones, and there's things that happen with phones, right? Like maybe we don't know where our phone is, or our phone battery is dead, or like there's all these other factors. So it's something that the day and age that we live in is really important to talk about with your family. So what are some ways that we can call 911?
You dial 911.
Use your phone. Bodie, you're a genius.
I know.
What's another one?
Ask the Alexa.
Yes, you can ask the Alexa. What, Ember?
If you have a watch, wait, not a watch, but if you have a TV, you could search call 911.
I don't know if that works.
If we're the ones doing the CPR and we yell at somebody else to call, is that a good idea?
Yeah.
What if we look them in the eyes and say, you, go call 911, right?
Yep, then that would be your job.
Make them call.
Like,
You tell them to call, right, exactly. Because if you just say, somebody call 911, if you just say, somebody do it, a lot of times everybody's just like, well, you have to direct somebody to call 911.
Yep. So you can have your Siri set up to do it. You can have your Alexa set up to do it. You can have Apple Watches can do it. Lots of different things like that. So I don't know if TVs can do it. Ember thinks the TV can do it. I don't know if that's true. But so talk with your family about the different ways in your home that you could call 911 so that people are familiar with that.
I think one of the biggest things for me is when Jensen was choking, he completely passed out in my arms. He went unconscious because he was choking, and at that point is when I finally called 911. In other words, what I'm saying is don't be afraid to call even right in the beginning, because the dispatcher who's on the other line, they'll walk you through it, they'll talk you through it. And in my mind, before he even passed out, I was like, no, I can get it, because so many times that's happened with all of our kids where they'll start choking, but then we get it out, it's not a big deal, and I didn't ever have to call. But that one time I absolutely had to call. And I honestly, she walked me through it, and 100% the reason that he is here today is, I believe, is because I called 911.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. What I'm saying is don't hesitate to call.
Yep. Because when you are in an emergency situation, your mind goes blank, you get scared, but those dispatchers, why does
Dispatchers.
Dispatchers. That was a tricky word for me for a second. They're trained to be calm, and they can tell you step by step what to do, so you don't have to feel like it's all on you to remember. I feel like knowledge is power, and even though it's hard to talk about these scary situations and hard to talk about what you would do and teach your kids, because you just kind of want to protect them and make them think that nothing bad is ever going to happen, I really feel like knowing what to do and being prepared is what gives you power. So don't be afraid to talk about these things with your family. It will save lives.
what gives you powers?
What gives you powers?
Yeah. Your parents.
Knowing how to save each other. We can be real life superheroes if we know how to give CPR and the Heimlich to people. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us while we did this family emergency preparedness night. Do you guys want to sign off? Oh, JJ wants to be able to be seen. There, we can see everybody now. Is that better? All right, can you guys all say goodnight and thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. If you learned anything new in this video, be sure to comment down below and let us know. Again, we'll see you guys back tomorrow. Bye.